Okay guys, so today we're continuing on with our Anna Griffin Simply Wildflower Meadow Scrapbooking Kit. I don't even recall what number pages these are. I think this is 11 and 12. And so today we'll do 13 and 14, and that's just the way I'm numbering them, going through the book without including the front page or the back page as one of the numbers. So yeah, we're getting down to the last few pieces of paper and all that kind of stuff. So if the kit is still available, I'll have it linked there in the description box, possibly in the little shopping bag here. That would be an affiliate link, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. Let's see here. I would love to know if you guys have been working on yours yet. Still thinking about what you're gonna do, that kind of stuff. If you're following on with me, I'm going to try to stick to exactly what's in the contents of the kit. I did include a little cream colored paper like here, on some of the lattice work. But other than that, everything is coming from the kit. I'm not including like my dies, because of course we can die cut, we can do, borders. I have tons of borders from, decades ago, but also from just more recently with the Anna Griffin crops and things like that. But I'm not doing any of that. So just in case you're new and you saw the Simply thing and you're like, okay, I can probably put something together and kind of stick with it. So, trimming and cutting like that. But other than that, not much more. So I'm going to pop these in. Actually, let me go ahead and pop them in and I'll be right back. Okay, guys. So today I'm going to try to use more of our matte layers. I think I realized I still have a ton of matte layers. So pages 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And again, now that I'm kind of using these, you might have wanted to gut some of these just to have more paper to use later. What I mean by that is like I was just layering pieces over like our base paper. But if you feel like you should cut them away and do that trick I've been showing you where the border holds onto them, that's probably be good. 5 and 6, right? I know it's hard to see everything, so I'm not really trying to show everything right now. 7 and 8, there's videos on everything. 8 with the little interactive pocket tag there. 7, 8, 9 and 10. So pretty. I love 9 and 10. 11 and 12. Again, just, pretty simple. Your eye is drawn towards the, the images there once they get popped in. So 13 and 14. And then we have 15, 16, 17, 18, and then the front and back. So a couple more double layouts. And I've been basically mirroring everything one side to the other. And maybe that's not your cup of tea, or you like doing something different. I think today we're going to try something different. I have not logged into the finishing school or, her classes. I don't know. Oh, I said maybe we would try one like this, didn't I? Okay, maybe that can be for tomorrow, even though I said, let's go cruise control. Oh, man, because I already have another idea I want to do. So I'm just going to get my idea out of my head, and then we'll do that one if I don't forget. Okay, so at this point, I have basically 8 borders. I don't even know why I'm keeping this stuff. We can toss that. So I have 2, pairs of 2 of these guys. This is obviously for my stash. I have these pieces that we cut yesterday, so doing our little trick where the border helps keep our papers together. So I have these guys we can work with. We still have plenty of journaling text. I've been only using 1 per page, but you have enough probably for a couple of them for layout. Again, I'm keeping all the scraps in case I want to use these things later. Should put the scraps over here, and I still have some scraps I think from previous, possibly, maybe not. And then I have a ton of 5x7s. I still have some squares and less of the smaller guys. So I think I have an idea today for using these more layers and then more pictures on the layout like you guys want. Tons of flowers still, tons of the gold things. Obviously several, I haven't even cut into or taken things out of some of the title pages. Or title stickers. So I got confused yesterday, I know, when I was looking through, and I think what I was thinking is like these are the same, but this is obviously different. It's by itself. So I'm gonna put that one to the side. So I have these 2 are the white background. This one is light blue. It's just so light that it's so hard to tell. So yesterday I got confused with how many papers I had left. So these 2, again, they have the back, right? Pink on the back of that one. Light green on the back of this one, and then I still have 2 of this one and 2 of this one. And so I don't know why the other day I was like, oh, and there can be an odd man out. It doesn't matter, because if we're front and back page, you know, it doesn't matter. They're by themselves, so you can use whatever you want. You guys know this is not my favoriteest one, but it does come in handy. I will say this kind of lattice or trellis looking paper. What I want to do is like put a lot of our matte layers on this one around. So I'm trying to think of what's on the back of these papers. That one, I really want to use the front side of this, even though this will probably work better for what I'm thinking, but I just love this paper. Did I just use this one? I know I used one the other day where I was like, oh, I haven't even used this one yet. Let me see. Yeah, I did just use that one, so maybe this will be for another time or for a different layout. I guess we can go with this one. Okay, so let's do that. So again, right now, if you're following along, you should still have 9 sheets of paper. I know I did cut into one of them though, so is it this one? I hope. No, it's actually a different one. There's one that I cut in and it's missing half an inch. And I think that's why I was like, oh, that can be odd man out, but I already have another one that's odd man out. It's this guy, see? He's missing half an inch. But if I want to use him in a layout where those two pieces are together, I can just put a border or whatever that's going to finish that off. So I'm not sad or too upset that half an inch is missing there on that one. We'll make it work. Okay. These are the papers I'm going to use. I love this paper. I cannot bear to turn it around to use that side as the front side, so I'm going to use this side. And then I have an idea for the laying of the these guys. Not so much far enough of thinking about this that I know how I'm going to ground them or make them look better. And I haven't used pink in a while, right? So what I was thinking is 2 of these guys, and they take up a lot of space. And then 4 squares on the other side. So let me move that. I should bring out my Close to My Heart recipe books to help me out with this. Again, you guys can layer these up too. I mean, if you want that, plus this, and make it look even more spectacular. I mean, I still have a ton of these. We have, after today, we only have 4 more, plus the front and the back, so 6 more pages. I mean, honestly, I guess I could do that. Just a way of using those guys up. Put this over here. But on this side, I was thinking these squares, I think we measured them yesterday, like 5 1/4. Ooh, I wasn't thinking about mixing and matching these. I was going to use them all the same color, but maybe I do something like that. I don't know. That's okay. That might help break it up. I was going to do all green or all blue or whatever I had 4 of, but then I won't have any more left, really. I mean, doesn't that look... It's more uniform. I like that. I'll show you what it looks like otherwise. You know, it just kind of... I think we'll go for it. Just all the same color. And that brings some of that green from over here. Okay. So, I was thinking something like that. We still have little things that we can cut stuff from. Let me put away some of these other extra things before I start focusing on this. Things away again. I was on track, and I just don't want to confuse anybody. Like I said, at this point you should have still 7 pages. And I guess in my mind what I was thinking is, since I cut into that one, so basically I have 6 full pages, which we need. We have this layout. We still need 2 more, right? The next sets of pages in the front and the back. So that's why I cut into this one, not caring that if this was like my front one, cool. This one is, you know, for the next set, I have 2, the next set 2, and then 1 for the back. So that's kind of what I was thinking about. I do see that the paper I want to use tomorrow is this one, but I cut into it, so maybe we switch it out for a different one and still do the same design, right? The design that's the sample there. So, very good. Like I said, you should have still 7 pages. Possibly you cut into 1, but you just need 6 more to complete the book. Yeah, it depends on how you've been cutting, but you still need 6, right? 2 double layouts, and then front and back, so that's 6 papers. And I said in the meantime I'd be putting things away, and I didn't put anything away. Okay, let me just put these things to the side. I was thinking about possibly breaking this up with a border, or, you know, maybe cutting one of these in half. These are 3 inches from the last time we used them, and that would actually maximize these, and I have 2 of them. I mean, that would be pretty with this one. Oh, maybe we will. This side. Plus like a ruffle maybe, or just, I don't know. Again, if you have your dies, you can cut yourself something pretty and not have to worry about that. Okay, so with these guys, my debate is, do I just stick them down like these, or do we pop them up and then use stickers, you know? And then also, once we do that, what I want to do is pull these pages together, even though they have the same paper in the background. You know, that's great and all. But like, if I did something here and maybe running along the bottom that pulls it together, would be nice. Hold on. Maybe, where's that strip? I mean, this is a different design. Well, I'm going to bring this over for you guys to see it a little better. Well, let's just bring it over just a little bit. If this was over here, but I'm thinking about this side because it pops more, right? And just maybe like 2 inches and then a border, or 2 inches of that and then border just down here. But I think, not that I think this is going to pull it together, just something to do. So if I had this over here, this here, I mean, I could have it running down the bottom or across the middle, but so much is covered here, you're not even going to see it anyway. That's kind of the thing that bothers me when we do borders or things down the middle. Like, what if you don't even see it? So what's the point? You know, we have this little guy. He can run across the top. In the background, I don't know if that even helps anything. And then these guys are going to be on top of that. You know, it's just something to be in the background. And I have enough right now, honestly, to use them on every page, right? Because we have 8. Like, we have enough for that many more layouts. So that's good. I was thinking about this one, but then I don't really see where that would fit in a nice way. Again, maybe across the middle. But through here, you're not really going to see it. But that's not super buried. Get rid of that guy. Let me play around with these a little bit and I'll decide what I think. This is a little bit in the background. It's a little bit buried, but I think that does pull it together from this side to this side. I do like having the little blue strip on the edge here. I think that looks cute. Not completely like this, but just a little something. Or, because if I don't have that, see how that looks? I don't know. I feel like it would be cute to have that little piece on the one side, like right here. I don't know if that really does anything for anybody. It's just something to add, right? Maybe. I'm still debating on that one. I don't want to cut this, you know, in case I don't use it. I mean, it looks pretty like this. It kind of looks like wallpaper, you know. This is kind of like what I was thinking about doing for this one, if you really look at it. You know, it has that strip down the center. Obviously, this one has a little ruffle, which we were going to do tomorrow, I suppose tomorrow now. And then it has a double layer on that. But it is different, I guess. That's kind of why I wanted to bring in that paper over here. I guess I could do it on both sides. Okay, let me think about that one. I know what I'm going to do. So, this is almost, it's just a little bit wider than 1 inch. This is 3 inches. I'm going to cut it at 1.5 and tuck it behind that strip, and then that'll just make that pop a little bit more, you know, make it a little more substantial, and I think I'll be happy with that. So 1.5. Ah, nope, don't move on me, buddy. 1.5. Let's just make sure that looks good. Okay, so just to start off with, I'm going to glue this down. Oh, you know what? I had noticed this wasn't completely closed when I came to use it right now. And I'm a silly girl because I let it dry out a little bit. Let me give that a poke. I'll be right back about that. So I give it a little pokey poke. It really dried out like a pretty good amount actually, so I'm going to have to probably take the little nib off and soak it in water. Really make sure that gets cleared out. Okay, so for both of these bands, I'm just going to take it and glue it right on that blue strip. And yes, a very small amount is left peeking out. If you still want to conserve even this paper, you can definitely gut this too. Just do some little strips that are right behind here. But I'm not going to be that picky at this point. I think we're coming around the bend and we have plenty to work with. So, but see how that just kind of gives it a little extra something. And there you go. You know, And it'll be like here and here. Obviously it's gonna be further down. I was gonna say I wanted it down the center. That will be interesting though, actually. If the center of that is the same as center of these, but that doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm gonna stick this down too. You can hear those, and I'll be right back. Okay, now this doesn't have to go right down the middle of your page. It can be wherever you want. It can be on the sides. I mean, whatever it is, you can do the same thing. But if I want it right down the middle, it's 1.5 inches. So I'm gonna put these to the side for now. And I'm just gonna line this up on my grid line. Not that I hardly ever use these, but I am going to do it today. So if this is 1.5 inches wide, obviously the middle would be at 6 inches. I can make sure that 3/4 on this side, 3/4 on that side, and we are good to go. Like right there is exactly the middle, right? And I'm gonna stick it down flat. So that's what I'm gonna do for that one. So right down at 6 inches, 3/4 one way, 3/4 the other. Make sure it's still 3/4 one way, 3/4 the other down at this area. Just my 6-inch mark. I have this lined up. And we can do the same for our other page. I'll do the same thing for this one. Just take everything off and glue it down right at the center. Okay? So I'll just run like a little belly band across here. Basically for this one, let's move these guys over. I am just going to kind of pay attention to where it is at the very top sides. I mean, again, if you want to measure that. I was going to bring it down a little bit because it feels kind of weird to just have it so far away from that middle band. And then this guy. Something like that. Looks good to me. And again, I'm just completely eyeballing that. And since I like where it's at, I'm just going to put some glue behind here. And some glue behind here. That won't be going anywhere anytime soon. I'm going to put some dimensionals behind the green one, and that will be that page. As far as, obviously we still have journaling tags and other things we can bring in. I don't know if this one's going to have a dimensionals, a title, because I don't really know where I would put it, but let me put some dimensionals. Again, you guys know I like to put 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'll be right back. And these little cuties are just going to go right, matte layering right in there. It looks really nice. I was going to push it down too hard because in case my flowers need to go behind that. So on the corners, I told myself not to push it down, but I did. Okay. I mean, how pretty is that? Even just like that, right? In your pictures. This one I haven't thought about as far as if I'm going to stick the matte layer straight down or pop them up. I have a feeling I'm going to pop them up. I did notice when I laid this down that it was a little bit to the right. You see it's missing a little bit here, so I'm sure it'll go into the thing fine, but if not, I'll lop that off. But yeah, I got that a little too close. And I was like, should I just pick it up? And then I was, what if it rips? I'm like, forget it, it's fine. That is one thing with Nuvo Deluxe. Once you put it down, it's pretty much down. So, okay. I'm trying to see what would be best for this guy. Or you can have one popped out, one flat, and maybe these catty corner ones popped up, you know, whatever you want to do to play with that. I kind of feel like they should all be popped up. But then, does that take away from it that they're all popped up? They could be just flat, huh? And then have the flowers. Yeah, I'm just going to leave them flat. And I'm actually going to do what I did before. I really like the way this looks. It's about, let's say, almost 3/4 of an inch in. And the top is barely maybe 1/2 inch. Actually, there's more in on this one than this one. So let's say 1/2 inch all around. I think that would be good. If you eyeball it in a way that's about 1/2 inch from the bottom and the sides. I think that looks good. So I'm going to put the glue kind of more over here in case I tuck a flower behind there. So I'm kind of putting the glue not quite on the edges. And that'll give me some ability. I think I'm just going to put like a cluster of flowers here in the middle anyway. But there we go. Again, T-square if you're the type that needs to use a T-square, you like that? Just to reassure, go for it. So that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna lift them up on the very edges and glue them down, okay? I'll be right back. I know it's hard to see everything at once. This is as high up as it goes, but there's that side and there's this side. Not really much going on over here, because again, just centered. And then these guys are all centered on their own, right? Again, if you just want to really glue them down, you already know what, you know, stickers you're going to use or whatever, then go for it. That's really bothering me. At first I was like, oh, just a little bit. It's not a big deal. It's enough to bother me, but that's okay. Okay, so, flowers. So this whole time I haven't done anything like sideways. I mean, you can put this happy like up here or something, or, you know, I guess it could fit like in here somewhere. I don't know, I didn't think about that. I would really not want to pop this out and then be like, oh, that actually doesn't work for me. But let's see. Just because this one's kind of shorter. Let me take this out, take out the little negatives, and I'll be right back, right these little bits. This is the first time I actually put this first. I usually do my flowers and then figure out where I want to put everything else. But I mean, you can definitely put these guys, you know, anywhere here. That's cute. Maybe I'll do over here because I've been putting all my titles over here more than anything. So maybe we put this one like here. It just says happy. Ah. They're nice and sticky, so that's really good. And then maybe I'll do my journaling card. I wasn't going to put the journaling card, like, I don't know where, but maybe we can put it over here somewhere, down here somewhere, I don't know. It probably is going to go over here. Actually, let's do that right now. Since again, I usually do my flowers and then I plan for that, but however your brain works that thinks, you know, this is how I should do it, and then go for it. Little white card. I already have that over there, so I kind of feel like this needs to go over here. And maybe it's just going to be flat. It can go right in the center here. Ooh. So I was thinking if I put it here, I could put some flowers here and here, but then that covers up a lot of this border. But, you know, where else? Okay, I'll probably use this white one. I'll leave that out. And for the center here, I want to put some flowers. Maybe we start off with like a little flourish. I'm trying to use the other flourishes I haven't used yet. I haven't used the dragonfly still, but again, I'll come back through and flesh some things out. And we have this little guy. Maybe something like that. And then something in the center. Okay. If I put this guy here, usually I pause and come back, but I think this is going to work up kind of quickly. I mean, that's pretty indelicate, huh? Oh, these are my left and right, so... maybe I want something a little smaller than that. This is exactly the same. Okay. We haven't used one of these guys in a while. Let me put that guy there. Okay. You know, I'm just doing a little bit, but of course you can really, really deck that out. I kind of want this to show more. So we have that, and then maybe over here. No, it needs to be a little more, no? Are there clusters that have rows plus something else? Not really. To these guys. Just let me keep pulling things out of here. If I did that, I would need like 2 more little somethings. I don't know. That is a big cluster. It's got a lot going. Let me think about this one. I might end up with what I did anyway, but I'll be right back. It's a little different. I totally changed it, which, you know me, I normally just go with what I first was thinking. But I really wanted left and right over here, so we're bringing back those Morning Glory looking guys. I really like the way that kind of looks there. Again, I'm not going to stick that down completely because I need to write on that. So I feel like this needs a dimensional behind it, even though yes, it's dimensional, the sticker itself, but let's put a dimensional. Let's put some glue, and this one can definitely just be stuck down. It's a sticker, so I mean, if you want to take that off and just stick it down. And then I'm going to remove that for a second. Oh, that's kind of cute. I was just letting it tuck down. Put some glue back behind there. Some dimensionals very lightly right now because again, I'm going to write on this, so I'm going to take that and just barely let it stick so that you guys have the example, but I'm not going to completely stick it down right now. And it would be kind of under there, you know, wherever. Something like that. And then this guy is just like a cluster of flowers in here that I like the way it looks. Oh, don't lose my lid. So, I'm going to bring this one a little bit lower. This is a sticker. They're all stickers. I don't know what I'm going to do yet as far as my thing, so I'm just leaving it up here because I don't have my pictures quite yet. So I'm only putting glue like down the center of that guy. And then a little glue. Actually, well, I can completely take that back off of that. But for now, I'll just kind of put that there. And this one over here. That's just that little kind of iris looking flower. And then this one should be able to just stick down as a sticker. So let's, again, be careful when you do this because this one only has the one layer down here where I'm picking at it. This is a double layer, but just on the flower. And I like these because they do have left and rights of this particular flower. How do I like to put that one? I feel like it couldn't go... How did I have it? I guess I must have had it more like that. More upright. I'm going to let that all stick down and then I'll show you our final pages. Okay, so that is 2 pages. Again, double layout, 2-page layout, whatever you like to call it. I've been shrinking the wording on that, on the title of like LO, that means layout, in scrapbook talk. But anyway, it's so funny because the pink that I have over here, it almost looks like a different page, right? Like even though I pulled it together as the same paper, it just has a different pop over here with the pink. So, you know, something to think about. I probably should have... Do we have pink words? I don't know. I guess we do. Celebrate or something. But again, I went for a shorter word. But there you go. So we have this guy with the double layer mats. Really pretty. Again, tuck more golds in. I really wanted that to show and not impede it too much. So that's what I did there. On this side, it's already covered up for a good amount. So we did a cluster of flowers in the center. And again, 1/2-inch borders all around. That helps you kind of know where to place those. And that is 2 more pages done, guys. So I will start the next video with these guys, popping them in the book, and then we'll go from there. We just need 2 more double layouts, and then the front and the back. So very good. You're moving right along. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I will have images coming up. I'll have the links as available, and I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.